Heel erg mooi bord.
Hello, my golfing friends. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. Well, people walking their doors. It is time for golf again. I've posted a very short, mini video. It was pretty nice because it's easy to edit, and so I was done within, lots of time. But it was the very first drive of Mr. Petty with this, and it was really the actual first drive you have seen from him. Too bad he didn't hit it perfect, but what can you expect? It's the beginner's story where nothing, well, sometimes it goes good from the first go, but for most of us humans, it takes a while to get, call it, to get all the hard parts under control somewhat. And that's also one of the things. Of course, I'm being a little bit more outcast. Well, I'm not outcast, but a little bit more eccentric in the combination that we have with the metal. And but also, and that's what I said in many videos before, it's also our beginning story, our beginner's journey. And as you see, as the intro always shows, from handicap 54 going down, that's it. And I'm happy to say that yesterday we did the 18 holes at Hitland. Spoke to Jana, and very nice, we'll be back there to do some filming really for the course, a little bit more for the course, because it was great. Of course it helps when it's great weather. Long one, oh, it was, I like that very much when it's long, because, get more strokes. And in fact, if you think about it, you've got more strokes for your money, which is the lucky part of it, of course. However, you always have to measure yourself to your handicap. So that brings me also to one other thing. I will post a picture here or there, I'll move it. There you see my handicap. I think 26.8. I am now 27.8, which means for at least 10 times, because I also made my handicap in between somewhere, but I didn't make my handicap. And we like to, every time when it is qualifying, we like to put it down as qualifying. I also sometimes, the very first round, I didn't do that because, after such a long time, it is, I wanted to feel the game first before any other kind of pressure, because, hitting for 2 months, close to 2 months in the net, or 2 months it was indeed, I wanted to know where my swing was. And it was not in a good place, so it was good that I didn't do it. So coming back to the handicap, we like to score everything, and that will then represent, of course, the handicap where you are at that very moment. Where I'm surprised that not everyone does that, because if you do, the actual result is you will make your own life easier. You get your strokes where you and your level that you are at will need it to make a good shot, a fair chance to make your personal par. That's a great thing in this beautiful game, where you do not have to stress out that you're so bad. You can really play your level. And so I was also thinking a little bit about this because it's specifically also to people who are starting out this game. Mr. Golf Psychic Matt has posted a video this week somewhere about the tour averages, where specifically for the driver is interesting. 6 out of 10 get in the fairway. Well, that, if you think about it, of course they try to play it more to a maximum. If they would probably, bring it down a little bit less to the edge and without tension, then for sure they will have a way higher score. But in competition, which is comparable for everyone who is really, trying to do their absolute best, it's the tension that you build up yourself to do your best you can. I'm not saying that it will bring you to the tour pressure, because it will not. Tell me, I'm from sports, I know. However, it is something you have to deal with, and not everyone can still bring the best out of them, whilst the potential is maybe even a little bit bigger. And that's the funny thing about it. So for beginning players, it was a statistic that after 2 years most people stop with playing golf. Well, I can think of a number of reasons. There's a part of the culture, there's part of pricing, but it is part also about difficulty. If you pick up a game that you want to enjoy for longer periods, and mind you, I'm now a little bit over a year that I'm playing golf, and my first official round was roundabout a year ago. And well, I cannot imagine that I am going to stop the game because I really fell in love with it. So that's funny. But that said, with that statistic that many people stop within the first 2 years, it's also because it is difficult. So I'm also looking forward to the new system that will be introduced by 2021, where the handicap system will take your average of the last eight rounds, I believe, and I believe that you can get worse, so get a higher handicap quicker than the 1/10 that you got now. Because trust me, I had some rounds that I should be in the 30s for sure. Because I'm still lots of the times struggling with a lot of things that it costs immediately an extra stroke, and if you only get 1 or 2 extra, it's quick. It's not difficult not to make your handicap. It is pretty easy. So that I'm hoping that system might even, if people do not worry about getting a higher handicap, please swap it. I get extra strokes, which are fair for the level that I'm playing. And that's how I see it. If I, for example, now would be playing, which I do not do, but because I play, for example, match play, where you play against each other, the extra stroke comes in very handy. And it is a benefit. And it is not a benefit which is unfair. It is a benefit that it more represents the level that you are at. And of course we would love to say for our ego that we are much better, but it will not make you better. It will make you more frustrated due to the fact that you cannot your paper level, so to say your handicap level, when you do not reach it each time, it can be very frustrating. Yeah, it has to be in a way that you make your handicap a number of times, and that you at a certain point you will for sure level out and be pretty stable where you are at. So today I will be, of course, scoring. I hope to make my 28.8 handicap. Too bad that my bros are not there, and but I will be playing with two other people that I do not know. I know that the flight have been with three, maybe there is a fourth, I do not know. I'm just going to enjoy my game. So if I do not make it, I really do not care. This is the first week that we are playing again, and I have done a lot of things on my ticket during the net, and and I'm trying to first only get my driver under control. That's the most important thing, and I noticed in my playing that I'm not concentrating enough for my putts, because at that moment I do not care that much, which of course result in bad putts, which of course result in a bad score, which of course results in my handicap going up. And when it is time for me really to play for my handicap again, then I will for sure put more focus in that, and put some practice in as well, because it does help in your specifically your distance control, reading the greens. You know, that's good enough for somebody who plays not that long as I do. But I want to have airtime. I want my drives to be a little bit more narrow. That I will not go for the 6 to 10, but if I bring it down to 80%, my drive, so not going for 90% of the force that I can put in it, but maybe even take it down to 70%, then, you know, I have the percentage-wise, I should be making more fairways. So I'll with this video I will hope maybe I'll put some practice hours in somewhere in you know, that I get some footage from me hitting some balls in net, and then you not only can see me talking to you, but also you see some swings and a little bit of action. But that being said, I do not believe I'm going to film right now, so it's just a chat, and I hope that you also are playing again and that you really enjoy it. For all the beginners out there, of course it's fun to see your handicap drop, but do not worry if it doesn't, because it will be a fair representation which will help you grow. That being said, love out, stay metal.